a hangover.
When you hear the title, The Christmas Tree, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? If your answer is, a bunch of orphans latch onto a tree as their mom because the orphanage runner gambles their money away until Santa Claus blasts her with a bolt of lightning, I'm very sorry. We're back in the realm of animation, and I use the term animation very loosely. This is some of the stiffest 2D animation I've ever seen, with characters standing completely rigidly while their eyes just stare blankly into the middle distance. Everybody looks dead inside and sounds just as empty. No joke, the Christmas Tree has some of the worst voice acting of all time. I can kind of excuse the kids because they're clearly very young, with the little girl here sounding like she just learned how to talk.
Because they have special reindeer to pull it, and each one has its own special name.
Except this guy, what the heck, why is his voice all pitched up like that?
When I'm scared, I think about her branches like arms holding me.
But the adults just sound horrible. They've got no excuse. Everyone's heard the infamous,
"We come from the mares."
but that's only the tip of the iceberg. Judy sort of hovers between kind of trying and I just had way too much whiskey.
I've got an idea. Let's make Mrs. Hopewell more fun to be around.
Mrs. Mavilda is so loud that she peaks the microphone multiple times.
Pack your things right now! You're fired! I don't want to see your face another minute! Get out!
Whoever does the mayor's voice forgets exactly what voice he's doing partway through because he sounds like a completely different person during the finale.
I've got enough money here to get the children new clothes. And still some left for their Christmas presents. Don't worry about that, little one. Your tree, Mrs. Hopewell is going to be all right.
And the less said about the creepy Coca-Cola ad-looking Santa, the better. As for the plot, well, if you thought my summary was an exaggeration, you were mistaken because that is literally what happens. Mrs. Mavilda collects huge bags of money from the mayor, not specific payments, just bags of money that are supposed to help out the orphanage, but she just wastes it all by gambling it away.
Here goes the children's money again!
So the kids are pretty miserable and get attached to this pine tree, which they call Mrs. Hopewell. A woman named Judy comes to work at the orphanage and tries to make the children's lives better by telling them about Christmas. But once Judy gets in trouble with Mrs. Mavilda, her two kids decide to go to the North Pole to tell Santa because I guess Santa can help them with that. Except they don't make it because Baloo from the Jungle Book tries to eat them and the little girl falls off a cliff and dies. Except not really, she gets saved by Santa off screen somehow, I don't know. Then Mrs. Mavilda decides to cut down the tree with a chainsaw, and Judy and the kids form a wall around it, so Mrs. Mavilda sends her minion to, I guess, cut through them? Jeez, that's dark. But that's when Santa Claus shoots her with a bolt of lightning and decorates the tree, or decorates the space to the left of the tree. Yeah, the lights don't go there. And also gives the kids new clothes with some magic dust because he can do that. Yeah, this story is a total disaster. But honestly, the biggest problem with the Christmas Tree, and the reason it's so much lower than other train wrecks like We Wish You Eternal Christmas and The Nuttiest Nutcracker, is that it's boring. I summed up the story in, 30 seconds? So why the hell is this special over 40 minutes long? At least We Wish You Eternal Christmas is only 21 minutes. The animation is kind of funny bad for a little bit, but after staring at boring backgrounds with barely animated characters and dull colors for over half an hour, it stops being funny and starts being aggravating. Listen, the worst thing any movie can make me say is, when is this going to end? And The Christmas Tree is a particularly bad offender in this regard. But even still, we all know this is not the worst animated Christmas movie of all time. Oh no, we'll be seeing that one next time.